When you're on
Yep.
wife number 4 and they're dropping like flies, it's not them. It's you, right? Can anybody disagree with that except Faddis? Okay, so
Let's talk about
how
what
can he count? Go ahead, Cheryl.
you can look at that night and see the things that were not consensual. He slapped her, not consensual. He got into a physical fight with another man, not consensual. He shoved her in the elevator, not consensual, and he murdered her.
Will there be justice for Krystal? Will her 2 children grow up knowing that the justice system worked? I wonder, because if it had not been for Krystal's mother, Josephine Wenzel, R.J. McLeod would never have been found. Josephine, we were speaking of similar transactions. In this case, you know what happened in the preliminary hearing. You know the defense is going to try and blame Krystal, your daughter, now dead, claiming she wanted rough. For most people, I would dial back because I would be afraid of hurting the mom's feelings. You're former law enforcement. You've been knee deep, ankle deep, you've been knee deep, waist deep, elbow deep in the search for McLeod, and you helped find him. Yes, they're going to drag your daughter through the mud. Speaking of similar transactions, Josephine, isn't it true that according to the neighbor of a Mayan woman he was dating in Livingston, Guatemala, he would beat her routinely? They could hear her screaming. Isn't that true, Josephine?
Yes, I was told that she was beaten so badly, is how the woman described it. She just said
In fact, the
so,
neighbors
so.
say they don't even know how the woman lived. So if this guy walks, there will be another victim. Josephine, your story is so incredible. What you have sacrificed to find your daughter's killer. Could you share that with the listeners tonight?
It was a big sacrifice. It was over 6 years of searching for him, dealing with terrorists, putting money out to, so-called witnesses and tipsters and whatnot. It was really hard. It was very difficult. I was in the middle of grieving and raising 2 small children and trying to be that wife and trying to be that mother to my other grieving children. It was a very, very difficult time. And to have been putting all my time and effort into this, to come to court and listen to people say that this was accidental, it just kills me inside. But I have faith that the truth will come out and justice will be served. And Nancy, I just want to point out, my daughter is so OCD. You see all her pictures. Do you see any bruising on her? Do you see any kind of marks on her neck, her body, or anything? She is not into that sick accusation that they're making about her. This girl wouldn't even go out in public with a pimple on her face, let alone strangling marks and bruises and stuff. Absolutely insane. She trusted. That was her problem, was she trusted this man. That was what happened to her. What killed her was she trusted him.
Josephine, I'm just so worried, Josephine, because this guy has managed to con woman after woman after woman. And if the state fails and doesn't get the right evidence in, he could walk again. He could walk again. And when I look at her photos, and I think that he so brazenly just left a trail of this beautiful girl's blood, then takes the car she rented and dumps it, leaving her body for other people to find mangled and bloody. I just pray. I pray for justice, not just for her, Josephine, not for you and your husband, but for her children, because I don't want them growing up thinking nobody fought for my mom, nobody got justice. We wait as justice unfolds for Krystal.